everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I have a returning guest in the corner. Would you like to unveil your secret identity?
No!
Well, we can still talk to you anyway, even if we don't know who you are.
I can't tell you who I am, because I don't know who I am today.
Well, who were you yesterday?
Oh, I was Spike. That's it. Hello, everybody. I'm Spike Spencer. How the hell are you?
Well, it's so nice to get a chance to talk with you, specifically because it's been about 4 years and you've been so busy.
Goodness, it has been a long 4 years.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is that you've done some amazing roles that have, been kind of out of the norm of what you've been known for.
I guess. Have I? What have I done? You tell me.
For example, Blaze Blue, that was a role that was very different and, it wasn't a typecast.
Wait, you mean it was a psycho with an odd voice?
Psycho creature thing, yes.
Yes, exactly. That's not typecasting for me. Nah.
But I'm sure that series has been fun to do just due to the fact that, the popularity for that game kind of skyrocketed when it came out, and it's still so strong.
Really? See, I know nothing about these things.
Well,
I'm like, wow, people liked it? Yay!
Well, I always think fighting games are really interesting because some of them can kind of sprout from nothing. Granted, the people who worked on Guilty Gear worked on Blaze Blue. And, then they kind of go in the tournament circuit, and then more and more people get exposed, and then more and more people play. So, it does have quite a following, even to this day.
Well, I like that a lot.
And they keep releasing more of them.
I know nothing of that.
But that's kind of the bonus part. The more they release, the more you get to work.
Yes, that is correct. And I enjoy that part of it. I like working.
Exactly. But for the fans out there, for kind of a character like that, do you kind of have to go to an interesting kind of headspace, or like how do you prep for a role like that?
Well, it helps to be insane a little bit. That makes it easier. That one, I think it's one of those things. Whenever you get a role that you come back to, you've already set the groundwork up. So you know how to get into it real quick. It's not like you're still trying to find the character. Like a lot of times, if you watch a series, the character will evolve over time, so that the character at the end of the series is more developed and stronger than the character that started. So when you go into something that you've done over time, like say Shinji, you get back into that headspace very quickly. It's just like putting on an old coat. It's like, oh, I know this coat. It feels good. All right, let's go. Let's dance.
Shinji has been with you for a really long time. That must be kind of interesting to revisit it, but at the same time, granted, everybody loves to work, but at the same time, it's like, this guy again.
No, every time it's I'm happy with it. It's pretty awesome. I'm very blessed to be able to have that in my repertoire. It's been 20 years now.
Wow, whenever anybody says they've been attached to a role that long, I always like to ask them, is there anything you would tell yourself if you could go back 20 years and tell yourself something about that job or that character? Is there anything you would say?
Well, it's funny because people always ask me that question, and I'm like, people always go, like, you just want to say like, man up, and I say, well, Shinji is a kid. Come on, give him a break. He also gets in the thing and fights and saves the world, and sometimes not. But he's there and he's doing it, and so that's pretty darn impressive. But I saw a great, a little, I guess it was a comic, and it said, it's like, okay, here we go, Shinji. I'm gonna bring you here. I'm gonna let you live with this hot girl. You're gonna be fighting with this hot girl, and there's another hot girl there. And you're gonna look cool in this suit, and you're gonna kick ass. It's like, I hate you, Daddy. It's like, wait, that's kind of cool, actually. For a kid especially. I'm like, think about it from that point, Shinji. It's pretty dang awesome.
Well, I know that the internet has, the running joke of Shinji in terms of the series, and some of it is definitely out of love. When I watched the show as a kid, which I watched it too early. I had no issues with Shinji. Even now, I have no issues with Shinji because I felt like his reaction was always so realistic.
Yeah. I mean, well, people say, how would you react? It's like, hey, here's Dad. Where you been, Dad? What's been going on? Mom's in a tube or whatever. It's like, what the hell's happening? It's crazy. The world's gone. Jump in this suit, fight, get set on fire again, and here we go. Welcome to Monday.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that great of a Monday. I don't think I'd be very happy about it.
It's a hard reaction.
But for the fans who want to see you in something more recent too, you were in Durara as well.
Durarara, 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 Durarara. Wait, nobody knows.
It's kind of like how I say cinnamon. Synonymonym.
Synonym. I am Saburo, and I've been working on that for a while. It's really awesome. I get to work across from Steve Bloom, buddy of mine, and he's a great guy. But I don't get to work in the booth because we don't do that. But we know each other and all that. So, but it's really cool. It's kind of an ongoing. It's a smaller role, but a little bit of trivia for Durarara fans. Durarara. Originally on this series, I was the lead role for about an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, I was the lead role, and they were like, well, your voice just isn't quite working for what we have. So, we're going to recast this role, but we want to give you something else. I'm like, okay, that's, fine. Whatever's best for, the show. If I fit, I fit. If I don't, I don't. But I was like, I have about 1,000 voices in my brain. We can find one. Trust me. We'll find one that'll work. But, you don't fight that. You just go, okay, sure, whatever. That's your decision. And so it was cool. They gave me Saburo, and been working on it, and it's been awesome. And had a good time doing it. It's a pretty popular one, right?
Yeah, it is. Definitely I see a lot of cosplayers of that every time I go to a convention, so...
Excellent.
It must have been, I mean, granted, in your line of work and how long you've been doing it, it's probably something that's come up a few times. But when you have something like that, where it's like, well, we're gonna recast this, how do you properly deal with it?
Before or after the crying?
In between the crying, because I'm sure there's more than one crying session.
Yes, during the sobbing. No, it's part of the business. I've been doing this long enough. I've been actually in the business total for almost 30 years now. So you get used to it. It's like, okay, they're going a different way. All right. The thing I say is, look, you never do your happy money dance until the check is cashed, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, if you look back at like Hollywood history, how many movies have been recast? And you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to work again. And then they become big stars anyway, because they have talent and they're good, so we'll be fine. It just, it's a shame, because I mean, I liked the show. I was like, this is a really cool show. So I'm glad to be part of it. It's nice to have lead roles. They're really cool. There's more work. And you get to really, really develop the characters more and all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that's a good piece of advice, though, in general, just because, as kind of the voice acting realm evolves, if you will, and social media has exploded, a lot of people seem to put their foot in their mouth. So I think that's great advice for anybody looking into that business.
I put both feet, my butt, my car, everything in my mouth. It's just been ridiculous. Facebook will get you. It'll get you into trouble. So I try to pull back on it, and I just try not to mess with it too much anymore. One thing I tell people when I'm teaching voiceover and acting, I said, look, one way to not get destroyed by rejection and whatever is, if you are, I'm sure there's going to be some people here who are interested in being a voice actor or an actor or something like that. When you go in, you do an audition, you do 100%, you have fun with it, you enjoy the moment. Don't have a lot of pressure on it, because they're going to either like you or they're not. There's nothing you can do about that. So give 100% and walk out that door when you're done. Say, goodbye, thanks, have a great day, and then walk out the door. And once you get out that door, on that first step out that door, forget you were ever in that room. You didn't get the gig, period. And go about your day like that. Because when you get home, you're going about your day, you're doing your thing. If you get a call, it's like, woo, gravy. fantastic. You know, it's a win instead of worrying about, oh, did you get this, or did you get that, or did you get that, did you get that? I mean, that's just a recipe for silently cutting yourself under the table. It's horrible.
I mean, I absolutely agree with you. Submit it, forget it, is what I always say to people.
That's it. Perfect. That is perfect. You're obviously an actress, yes?
Yeah, I work in commercial voiceover.
Boom. There you go.
So whenever, like, I have a lot of people that ask me, like, oh man, you can't talk about this, or you know, tell me what you did. And it's like, well, I might have done 10 auditions. Well, when's the last time you got hired? You know, like, so there's always those moments where you have to kind of explain the philosophy of, like, you could do 50 auditions in a day, not that you'd want to, because that might be kind of destructive depending on if you're not selecting the right ones or whatever. But you could.
It depends. I'll do 20 to 50 a day sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fantastic. I don't do a lot of you know, character work myself, so I don't feel like I have a lot of voices in my repertoire.
Well, that's the thing. I do radio, TV, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so I'm with you on the commercial stuff. You know, I'll do tons of commercial auditions for, you know, little, or even training films for a little, you know, plumbing company in Iowa. You know, if they've got a gig, it's like, well, you know, I have 7 agents across the country. So, you know, I've got stuff coming in from them and other services, etc. So, yeah, a lot of people tell you, look, you do 100 auditions. If you get one, you're doing good.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so that's why I try to explain that to people, and like, you just have to submit whatever it is and then forget you did it. And then if you get the role, you get this nice little like email or call package that's like, surprise, happy birthday, you know.
Yeah, yay, I got a gig. What was it again?
Exactly. Then you have to look in your records or your external hard drive and be like, oh, that's what I did. Okay, I got it.
I usually just go to the gig and go, what are we doing?
That works too, yeah. But for the fans out there, since you did mention, you know, how you teach voiceover, is there any information, you know, if they want to attend one of your workshops or anything like that they can get a hold of?
Sure. I'm revamping my websites right now because they just suck. So we're redoing all of them because I have 4 right now that I'm working with. You can go to spikespencer.com. I believe I have a link up there. That's really easy. If you know my name, put a .com at the end. Go there. I believe there is a link there. If not, there's my fan site, which is some of your listeners are probably members of my fan club, which is almostevilminions.com. And that's just all one word, almostevilminions.com. And there is definitely a sign up, and I do $50 for a Skype session, a one-on-one, and that's usually I'll make your brain explode usually after that.
Well, that's always a good thing. It inspires you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm full of information. I've got a lot of time in the business, and you know, we just kind of see where you are in your business, and then I help you out from there. But yeah, those are the 2 places to go for that. I don't do a whole lot of teaching, but I may step that up in the near future. We'll see.
Well, for the fans out there that want to keep up to date with that, obviously you have your website, but do you do the social media thing?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I have a Facebook fan page that I work with a lot. I think it's Spike Spencer FG for freaking genius. Which when people say that, I go, "Oh man, freaking genius! Wow, you really are conceited." I'm like, no. I got that from Wile E. Coyote. If you ever remember the Coyote and the Roadrunner, he was Wile E. Coyote, super genius. And of course, you saw what he did, and that's kind of how I live my life.
That's a fantastic story.
Having fun and running a rocket into a mountain wall. It happens from time to time, and you walk away and you go, what did we learn from that?
You should come to Vegas more often because there's plenty of mountains that you can run rockets into.
Oh, you guys are in Vegas?
Yes.
Well, 2 things. 1, get me to some of the Vegas conventions. I've never been to one. And 2, I'm looking at real estate in Vegas. So there you go.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I love Las Vegas because it's nowhere near as expensive as LA.
That is true. Thus, why I'm looking at properties in Vegas.
But yeah, I'll talk to some of the conventions that I know in the area, and maybe we'll see you at a convention soon. But
Lovely.
But for the fans who actually do want to catch you at a convention, do you have any scheduled for this year or next?
Yes, I haven't been doing that much convention wise. I'd like to. I just haven't really gotten around to it so much. So if anyone out there wants me to come to a convention near them, contact them, light up their emails, and just say, you got to have Spike, you got to have Spike, you got to have Spike, and they will get in touch with me. But I am going to Anime Fargo in about 3 weeks, September 18th through 20th. I'll be up in Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah, you betcha, don't you know? So yeah, I will be up there, and I'm going to be bringing my beautiful, lovely wife, Kimberly, and everybody loves to see her. And then I will be at Ichiban Con in December, over New Year's weekend, December 31st through January 2nd, and I believe that is up in North Carolina. So yeah, I got those. I got a few scheduled for next year, but we're still scheduling different ones. But yeah, if you want me there, just let them know. That's how they book a lot of people. You know, as long as you get out there and bust it and just demand Spike Spencer.
Yeah, gotta get that street team going.
Yeah, I don't really have one. I want to do that, but I have no idea how to put it together.
Lots of organization.
Yes, if anybody out there wants to help me with that, just contact me through Facebook, the fan page, or Twitter, or sign up on my email list on Almost Evil Minions. I think you can get to me through that. It's usually best as Facebook.
Awesome.
My fan page. Yeah.
And for the fans out there that want to keep up to date with your work, do you have any upcoming projects or projects that came out that you would like them to know about?
Gosh, there's a few. I don't know what I can say, about at this point in time. I got a few of them that I can't say anything about, but there's one big one that I'm waiting for the American release. Now, if anybody's listening from Australia, England, Africa, I think even Russia and all over the world, on Nickelodeon, there's a show called Get Blake, and I play Mitch, Blake's little friend. And we're two young kids who fight alien space squirrels who have come back in time to defeat Blake, who's going to be a space ranger in the future. So a lot of hilarity and silliness ensues, and we have a great time with it. It's a really fun show, very funny. So we're looking to hopefully get a season 2 and move forward from there. So if we get some play out of it, that'll be awesome. But yeah, it hasn't come out yet here in America, but we're hoping by October, we're hoping.
That would be fabulous. We'll be on the lookout for that, and as long as you tweet it, we'll retweet it to our followers.
As soon as I hear anything, I tweet the heck out of it. What else have I been in recently? I don't know if I can say.
Well, we don't want those NDA ninjas to bust through your window.
No, I don't. I usually just say nothing and go, well, something's coming up. But gosh, let's see, there was something big. I'm looking through my list here. Don't know if I can say anything about that or that. Gosh. Yeah, I don't really know. Nothing I can really talk about right now.
Well, we totally understand. I as I said, I don't want to. I know there's that little red dot on your head for the sniper rifle, and I don't want that shot to be fired. So. Oh
wait, there's one more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. I'll be sending out a press release as soon as it comes out. Probably next month. It's called Norse Noir. And it's a really interesting game, and I play Lars and Loki, the lead role guy. He's Norwegian, and he's a regular guy in his Midgard form, and of course in his Asgardian form, he's Loki, god of mischief. So 2 different characters, same character roughly.
That sounds really fun, actually.
Yeah, it's very cool. I sent out I sent out a release to my fans on my fan site, but I don't have a solid release. There was a press release sent out, so if you want to Google Norse, Norse, Noir, Noir, that it will show you some of the press release about that. So it should be coming out in the next month as well. What else is going on? Oh, on the other side, I do the don't kill your date and other cooking tips. That's the dating arm of the Spike Spencer world. And if you've been to a convention, you might have seen that. Have you been to a convention? Have you seen that?
I haven't been to a convention with you, sadly.
Okay, okay. It's another one of my panels that I do, along with what happens at the con stays at the con, and how to be a freaking genius voice actor, step one, and then there's don't kill your date and other cooking tips. And I've been doing that around the world for the last, I don't know, 7 years, 8 years, and I've written for a lot of dating guru teachers, et cetera, like Neil Strauss and Carlos Zuma, and I'm a dating expert for singleswarehouse.uk, and things like that. But I'm finishing up my first book, dating cookbook, called Food Game, because it's all about, Don't Kill Your Date and Other Cooking Tips is all about helping guys become better men utilizing food, cooking, travel, humor, and adventure as the medium. And so it's Food Game, the ultimate recipe for dating success, will be coming out hopefully within the next couple of months, probably as an ebook, and I may have it as well. I don't know how to do all this stuff yet, but I'm learning. So yeah, that's coming up soon.
Well, congratulations on that. That's not an easy feat to just release a book.
No, it's not. And the other ones I did, I just self-published them and did them as audio CDs, and I sell them at the conventions. But I'm trying to find a new way, because CDs are going bye-bye before long, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's so many digital download stuff and the Kindle, and it's like books don't exist anymore. What is this world? So yeah, no, I totally understand.
It's hard to sign a digital download at a convention.
Yes, it definitely is. When people, I actually, I have a, here's my fan argument of today. I have a tendency to want physical copies of things just so I have them. I can have them on the shelf. They exist.
Sure.
And that's really a big thing for me when it comes to both games and anime. So when people are like, why? And it's like, well, do you have a copy of this signed by the entire cast? No. Because it's on your cell phone, or it's on your iPad or tablet or whatever it's on. So yeah, I'm all for physical media. I actually don't support digital media at all.
Yeah. Well, it's going to lose something. We get, one EMP pulse, kaboom, and, well, it's all gone.
Yeah, or the company goes, and then you don't have the content anymore.
Exactly.
So that kind of sucks as well. But but hopefully we do see you at a convention one day. 91.8 The Fan goes to about 50 of them on average a year.
Right.
And I go to about 20 of them. So someday I'm sure our paths will cross, but the issue is just lining them up.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you guys.
Definitely. And now, since we're nearing the end of this interview, I was wondering if you'd be willing to leave our fans with any words of wisdom. I usually say dating advice, ironically, or predictions for the end of the world.
Well, let's see. Advice, live every day like it's your last. And I don't mean, go punch the people you don't like in the face and, rob a bank. But, yeah, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, and I do know that if you love somebody, let them know every day. That's important. Eat good food. Spend the extra few bucks on a better bottle of wine and a better meal, because food is awesome. And it makes you feel better for that. As far as the dating tip, I always tell, I have so many of them, it's ridiculous, but go to my website at don'tkillyourdate.com. Sign up there. I just sent out, every Wednesday, I send out a hump day hookup. So it's little information, little things I find in the dating world, and I send you all kinds of stuff there for free, and you'll have first access to all of the teaching. And look me up on YouTube. Look up Don't Kill Your Date on YouTube. There's tons. I've got dozens and dozens of videos about dating and some little cooking tips as well, and all that good stuff. So that can help you out in that world. And just have fun. Have fun. Enjoy life. And what was it? One of my favorite things was, I think it was Mark Twain said, the things in life that you did won't affect you, and you won't regret as much as the things in life that you did not do. So get out there, live life, have fun. When in doubt, do something, and do something fun. There you go.
That's fantastic advice. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your wisdom.
It was my pleasure.
And for any of the fans out there that missed any of this interview, don't fret. You can find it on the website within the next few days, so keep your eyes peeled to 918thefan.com and your ears tuned to 91.8 The Fan, where we play everything you want and nothing you don't.